The snow fell in gentle, swirling flakes as the late afternoon light spilled across the quiet forest road, turning the world into a soft blur of white and gold. And Elena Hartman, CEO of one of the biggest tech companies in the state, had no idea that this ordinary drive home would become the moment that changed everything she understood about life, love, and responsibility. She had left the city early, hoping to reach her winter cabin before the evening storm intensified, but as she drove through the narrowing road lined with tall evergreen trees, she noticed a small figure standing alone on the shoulder of the road, nearly blending into the snowy landscape. Slowing her SUV, heart pounding with confusion and instinctive worry, she stepped out into the cold wind, and what she saw took her breath away: a little girl, no more than 4 years old, trembling in a thin red winter dress, tiny boots sinking into the snow, cheeks flushed pink from the cold, and wide, frightened blue eyes shimmering with unshed tears. The child looked up at her as though clinging to her last hope for safety, and Elena immediately knelt down, brushing away the gathering snowflakes on her coat sleeve as she gently extended a hand. "Sweetheart, are you okay?" she asked softly, her voice trembling more than she intended. The girl hesitated, her small lips quivering, before whispering words that struck Elena like an arrow: "Ma'am, I can't find my daddy." In that instant, the forest seemed to fall silent, and Elena felt an unexpected wave of protectiveness wash over her. She had spent her entire adult life buried in boardrooms and deadlines, her heart shielded by the walls she built after years of betrayal and disappointment, but one look into that child's pleading eyes melted every barrier she had ever constructed. The little girl, whose name she soon learned was Lily, explained in broken, frightened phrases that she had been in the car with her father on their way to visit her grandmother, but they had argued, the car had slipped off the road minutes before, and in the panic, her father had run out to get help, telling Lily to stay inside. Yet the terrified child, hearing distant noises in the woods, had tried to follow him and become hopelessly lost. As Elena listened, she carefully wrapped her coat around Lily's shivering shoulders, guiding her toward the warmth of the SUV. Though the storm clouds thickened above them, Elena's mind worked sharply, driven by a determination she hadn't felt in years. She turned on the heater, helped Lily buckle in, then grabbed her emergency kit and stepped back out, scanning the forest with narrowed eyes, calling out for Lily's father as the echo vanished into the frozen trees. When no answer came, Elena felt a knot tighten in her chest. Every second mattered. She radioed for search and rescue, her voice steady but urgent, then returned to the child, brushing a stray lock of blonde hair from Lily's forehead as she assured her that everything would be okay. The girl leaned closer, trusting her fully now, and in the dim glow of the dashboard lights, Elena felt something she had never felt before, a sense of purpose that had nothing to do with power, money, or reputation. When the rescue team finally arrived after nearly an hour of slow, methodical searching, they found Lily's father half-conscious but alive at the base of a snowy slope, and as they brought him to safety, he saw Elena holding his daughter in her arms, warming her, comforting her, protecting her. Tears of relief streamed down his face as he whispered a weak, heartfelt thank you, a gratitude so pure it stirred something deep inside Elena's guarded heart. Later, as Lily fell asleep against her shoulder while waiting for the ambulance, Elena gazed at the child's peaceful face, realizing that fate had led her into that forest not as a coincidence but as a silent nudge from life itself, a reminder that the world was so much bigger than spreadsheets, meetings, and skyscrapers. The connection she felt with Lily was immediate, powerful, and impossible to ignore. It awakened a longing she had buried long ago, a longing for family, warmth, and human connection. As the snowfall thickened and the forest lights flickered across the icy path, Elena made a quiet promise to herself: she would never let this moment fade into memory. She would stay in touch with Lily and her father, support them through their difficult times, and open her heart to a new chapter she hadn't even realized she was ready for. And as she drove behind the ambulance, watching over the little girl who had unknowingly changed her life in a single snowy afternoon, Elena felt the first spark of something she had not felt in many years: hope.